the third season in color for the show. And the ratings were, we weren't down in the bottom half, but we were a top 10, top 15 show. We were now in the mid 30s out of about 70 shows. So there was questioning whether or not it was worth going to color and following Batman and chasing Batman around. Because Batman was he was our downfall. When Batman came on the air in color, he beat us up pretty good in the ratings. So they thought, well, we'll go to color. Well, there was a cost incurred, whether the network was going to pay it or whether the producers would pay it. But my feeling was Fred and Al were from New York. They were pretty much ready to go back home. They had done what they set out to do. So I think they compromised with everyone and said, well, let's make a color movie in lieu of going into a third season. And then they foresaw the syndication marketplace was going to be out there, and this would be a way to release a feature worldwide. Then all the countries around the world know about the Munsters, and then they can then take the TV show and sell it. So it was more of a sales tool. But I'll tell you the interesting thing about the Munster movie, when you read a script, it's obviously page 1 to page 50 or 60, and you very rarely ever do anything in sequence. But this just happened to be the last night on the Munster set when we actually are done for good. And then, they say that's a wrap, goodbye, done. We timed that where it actually happened as the last scene in the movie, where we're like getting in the car and we're waving and they soak the streets down to make it look like snow, and we drove away, and it was very surreal because you never ever really just have the last scene in the movie be the last scene ever. Mm-hmm. And I remember that was the end of a very interesting 2.5-year period, and there were some tears and people were sad, but it was so weird to be riding in the car and waving goodbye, and it's like riding off into the sunset in a John Ford Western, Mm-hmm. But literally that was it, and everybody went their own way, and the show lives on into reruns forever, and I guess I should say without residuals. We didn't have residuals back then, but it was good. It's been good to all of us.
Mm-hmm. And just